How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here once again to bring you another episode review and recap of one of my favorite anime of 2022, possibly my number one of 2022. It is entitled, of course, SpyXFamily, not SpyXFamily. If you all want to play if you want, I'm trying to educate you. It's SpyXFamily, and I gotta let you know, I'm so happy this show is back. I didn't know I knew it was gonna come out in October. I didn't think it would be October 1st. Also, my shirt here, yes, season 6 has started of this, and I still have not caught up. So, what we're gonna do, I thought about covering it and just catching up as I cover it, but then I wouldn't be able to catch all the things inside that are callbacks, right? So I'm going to catch up. I'm going to do reviews of the seasons all the way up into 5 and then catch up with this. You can bet your bottom dollar, but we're not talking about My Hero Academia. We're talking about SpyXFamily. And this is, I want to say this is episode 13, entitled, I can just look back here, y'all. I'm just going to look back here. Episode 13, Project Apple. And boy, oh boy. So the opening for this, I already watched it yesterday. It already came out. By Bump of Chicken. Bump of Chicken always likes to make songs that tend to make me tear up and seems to always want to make me cry because they know how to get you in the feels. Pay attention to the lyrics. But before we go any further, please, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between and outside of those parameters, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and even if you aren't new here, I need you to hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. Yes, anime is back on the menu. So, I've been contemplating on how I was going to do this review because usually with my anime stuff, I like doing a play-by-play, and initially, I was going to go, I'll just mention things that happen. I'm going to try to be a little bit more casual with this because if you've already seen this, why would you want, especially since I don't have images popping up for you guys. So I'm going to try to do a mixture of my two styles. Now, we obviously get a recap of the dealings on of Westinia and Ostiana. The East and the West, literally the West is called Westinia for whatever funny reason that is. Japanese love the puns. And if you remember episode 12, we were slowly getting introduced into Bond because Anya got her Stella Star for saving somebody. Anya. And she's about to get rewarded by a puppy. Well, getting a dog. It's supposed to be a puppy. And this is supposed to encourage her. This is all still a part of Operation Strix. But yeah, so they're bad guys loading up those dogs that we saw last time. These are basically suicide dogs. These are bomb dogs. They're going to strap bombs to them and let them roll free. Now, we saw in the news the foreign minister, not prime minister, foreign minister. I love how this is one of the few animes where you have like regular people names. Like, sure, Yor isn't really a regular name. And Loid, well, there are a bunch of Loids, but there's Anya. This guy's called Brantz. I'm guessing that's his last name. They even got bad guys named Keith and Kevin and Kim. Yeah. And Chris. One of the bad guys decided to have everybody with the K sound. Right? Anyway, the foreign, not prime, foreign minister from the East is coming there to have a summit between East and West. And all this is going on while Anya is scarfing down her food. Very good looking anime food by the mind. Loid is telling her slow down because she actively chokes, and of course she's excited she gonna get her dog today. But when they go to this place that was set up by the organization, there's 3 dogs. All 3 dogs are war dogs. They look like freaking yakuzas with how they're sitting and everything, and they flex and everything else. And Loid at this point is telling us, yeah, these are war dogs and everything, but they look kind of rough. They don't even look young, but he says, hey, Anya, don't they look cute? And Anya gives the funniest faces. He's like, yeah, she's not buying it. And so Loid, with the guy, says, is there another place with some other dogs? There's apparently a giant adoption fair, literally by the station. And while this is going on, a guy comes and she gives him the symbol that they need to, that he has an emergency mission going on here. he has to fake like he has to go to the bathroom, which is hilarious because then Anya, reading his mind, said, he's like, I'm going to be in there a minute. You guys are going without me. And Yor's concerned. He goes, oh yeah. When Papa has to shit in the shitter, he's going to take a long time. And he goes, watch your mouth, young lady. And I actively thinks that was a good assist, but I can't even complain. Like, it's like cheese that you have to put it like that. So they go. As he's getting briefed on everything, the guy's telling him, hey, don't blame me. HQ pulled you in right away. Apparently, these are some young university students who are, if I can look through here, they're not called exactly terrorists. They're called like instigators and things like that. But what they are doing is about to terrorize, right? And when Loid sees the picture of the one guy they already have in for questioning, he's like, man, kids like this are now terrorists. Young kid has a varsity jacket on, right? You guys seen varsity jackets. And he being Loid, what is Loid? I gotta look at my notes. I'm sorry, guys. No. The guy driving Loid was telling him that even the secret police of Ostenia, the group that Yor's brother Yuri is part of. This is how you know the show is damn good, because I have not rewatched any episodes and I remember these characters like the back of my hand. What the heck is that? Just a little joke for you. Anyway, the guy also says, man, being a papa and an Asian must be tough. And he's like, no, it's part of my mission. It's like, come on, bro. We all know you love this. You love your fake wife and fake kid. You love them. Stop it. Anyway, so the boss lady comes in. Hold on, wait. Given this iconic manga panel look here. And, he's like, hey, I'm not going to give up anything. He's not selling it. He's not selling his people out. Okay. So she said, hey, it's fine. We got your guy. And instantly, you should know where this comes from if you've seen this already. Loid is the international spy, the spy's spy, Twilight. And he's a master of disguises. So they bring in a guy who actually looks like the main bad guy named Keith. And dude's like, Keith, they got you. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's the guy. He's the leader. And putting it all on this guy who we later learn his name is Chris, this low level guy who's not really in charge. And he's trying to make it look like his boss is selling him out. And he's like, wow. And she's like, we don't really care which of you is actually the boss. We just want information. We really don't care. And he's ready to just spill his guts because it looks like his buddy has betrayed him. Tells them about all the safe houses. They're like warehouses, tells them where their hideout is. They're going to use bomb dogs. And Loid's commentary is very interesting because he says if this guy was actually trained and a professional, this wouldn't have worked. Like this whole me pretending to be the boss guy wouldn't have worked. And then he thinks about bomb dogs. He's like, these are basically college students trying to do all this. There's no way they would have had time to train actual war dogs. It seems like there may be a third party involved trying to set shit off. And of course, I'd said before, names people like Kevin and Kim. I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, the plan now, boss lady says, they can't call off the summit because is it the west? Is it the east? I can't forget the east. Are the east the bad guys? I forget. The one side where the summit is happening at, they would love for this thing to have breakdown because then it would be a reason to incite war and saying that the other side is pretty damn evil, right? West India. For the east would love for this, right? And where am I at here? And so what they're going to do is they're going to slowly leak this information to the opposition. So their opposition is obviously the secret police of Ostenia. Just going to slowly leak it out. Even though if something happens to the foreign minister, this is enough to set war into motion. So they're still going to try to stop this. But by leaking this information out there, at least it'll be known that it was not anyone on the main sides actually doing this. So Loid's going to have to work a little bit longer. Meanwhile, the a-holes are walking the dogs. Happen to be walking the big white fluffy dog that saw the picture of the family in his mind. I'm just going to spoil this already. His name is Bond. Bond is a good boy. Looks like he has a little white dog with little black paws. Looks like they're gloves and stuff. It's so adorable. And And they're walking, and one guy goes in, yeah, I'm gonna get some coffee. I guess even bad guys like coffee. Meanwhile, a kid runs around the corner. His mom's like, slow down. Bond pulls off the leash, grabs the kid, and stops a sign from hitting him, showing once again that he is clairvoyant. And even the little boy's like, you saved my life. Thought he was picking on him, right? No, he saved his life. And of course, you know when bad guys are stupid assholes, when they're like, oh, you dumb mutt, I'm sorry, lady. You didn't just pay attention to that entire exchange. Okay. So anyway, they're grabbing the dogs. Apparently the dogs are very well trained and all this other stuff. Now we are at the shelter, and Anya is losing her mind. There are tiny little dogs. There are cats there. There are rabbits there. And yours wondering, how come this is a massive thing. Hundreds of people are at this shelter adoption thing, and yours wondering, wonder why Loid didn't want to bring us here first. Oh yeah, I wonder why. Anywho, she tells Anya, you got to stay by me. All right, no matter what, you stay in this dog area. That's it. So Anya is like, Yor looks at a Dutch hound. She's like, oh, it's so cute. Anya's like, even with the stubby legs, does that mean Anya's cute? You a-holes that go to school with her, you making fun of her legs when you all are barely tall enough. Yes, Anya, you are adorable. Damn it. Then Anya loses her shit over Chihuahuas and Pomeranians. Personally, I really do like Pomeranians. They are very adorable. I have a friend that has a Pomeranian. I hope either my next dog is a Pomeranian or a Yorkie. Anywho. She locks eyes when Yor goes to ask one of the workers there what's a good dog to, easy to maintain. Bond is being walked. The bad guy's hideout is literally right across the street, and she locks eyes with Bond, reads his mind, and says he knows what the family looks like. And she's thinking of telling her mom, hey, mom, mama, there's a dog that knows what the family looks like. And she's playing the scenario in her mind, and she's like, dear, I have no idea what do you mean? And Anya's like, okay, I'm going to break away for just a second. Breaks away, goes across the street, sees Bond and four or five other dogs. And she's like, you're tired of it? She's like, who are you? He looks super sad. Meanwhile, we hear the bad guy spouting off his bad guy bullshit. Talking about, yeah, we're going to bring Ostenia back to its former glory. And this foreign ministers are going to be part of a war casualty. Kick. Obviously, there's one chick there. I'm pretty sure that's Kim. Looks to be about 8 or 10 people there. And Anya hears the whole thing. She backs into a guy because she's like, these are the bad guys. Well, unfortunately, she backed into one, and dude goes, you idiots, this kid here has revealed everything. While they were already worried about people paying attention to them when there's dogs and adoption fairs going on, they're not even worried about Bond warfing. That's his bark is borf, which is adorable. And when Anya when they were going to first get the dogs, she was making woofing noise, and the sound that dogs make in Japan is wan, and not woof woof. Just a little tidbit there. Anyway, this dude, the main head bad guy, Keith, this dude takes out a knife and this isn't one of the moments where it cuts to black and it's a misunderstanding. No, he's going to kill Anya. And they're all like, well, this is a kid. He's like, hey, she's heard too much. We got to get rid of her. Wow. Can't wait for Yor to beat your ass. So Bond gets himself free because they're talking about, yeah, cover your mouth, little girl. We're going to just kill her. Bond breaks free, starts defending her. Then when the guy takes out a steel pipe and is like, we'll just have to get rid of this one too. This one's been defective. Funniest thing is he goes behind Anya. It's just like, borf. And she's like, shocked face. Completely hilarious, right? All of a sudden, Yor realizes, oh no, Anya's missing. So she's looking everywhere. She doesn't see him. Remember, she's a superhuman. Jumps to the ceiling, holds herself up there, looks around. She's not there. So she thinks, oh, a dog ate her. She's like, no, that couldn't be true. Oh, wait a minute. I saw a thing on the news where they're kidnapping young women and forcing them into marriages. And she thinks of that. This is what she goes with for the rest of her mind. She's like, she is taken. No one has seen her. She doesn't know what to do. She's like, Loid, please hurry up and come back. Meanwhile, they're ready to kill Anya, kill Bond, and what ends up happening, going to the other side, the agents found the information. They found a bunch of the safe houses. No one was there, but Loid, the ever popular Twilight, will say, yeah, we found that the car that they rented under the name of, I want to say Kevin Knowles or Keith Knowles. I think it's Kevin Knowles. They know what they're going to do. And Boss Lady is like, yeah, this kind of reminds me, this sounds like Project Apple. Do you remember Project Apple, Twilight? And he's like, yeah, I remember it. It's where apparently they were doing experiments on animals to increase their IQ so they can be used for war. Apparently that whole plan fell through, and it was said that it was too dangerous. It was a waste of time, and that plan was shut down. All the dogs were apparently supposed to be put on the black market to be put down, but apparently these assholes have acquired these dogs. So now they have to find these dogs. Where am I at here? And part of this is disturbing. Boss Lady says it's a bit disturbing because that means whoever this third party is that helped feed all this to these kids has something to do with some former acts of war. Anyway, Bond sends a mental message to Anya of all the bad guys looking to the right. She's like, what does that mean? The phone's gonna ring? The phone rings. They're all distracted. They're on the phone, find out about the safe houses. Oh crap, I haven't seen Chris all day. Bond gets her out of that room while they're all distracted. And she's riding on top of this massive white dog, and he's going to get her out. She's like, so you're Anya's friend. Cool. Meanwhile, all right, dude's going to go with the one guy that Anya bumped into, bring one of the German Shepherds with him, tells everybody just go to the detonation points. We going to do some evil shit, right? Bond is such a dumb dog. He's so cute, but he's so dumb. She's like, my mama's in there. We got to tell my mom. And he's like, borf, and just keeps running. Anya keeps trying to tell people, bad guys are chasing me. Bad guys are chasing me. Everybody's like, oh, she's adorable. Make believe. Here's Anya's cries. And I'm going to hold it right there. Next, she's like, oh, dog's moving really, really fast. It's so, it's really quick and it's so exciting. And she says, you know what? I can save the day and get another Stella Star, and I can be Starlight Anya once again. Animation for that is terrifically fantastic. So she's like, all right, doggy, we got to get to the police or get to the officers, which she says officers incorrectly. I love how they misspell it in the subtitles to let you know she's saying it wrong. But she got to get to the officers and tell them what's going on. Bond runs in a freaking circle, and they run right back into the bad guys. And the one guy's like, grabs her. The other guy grabs Bond's leash because they got cut off by the German Shepherd. All right, kid, I'm sorry about this. Yor appears and spin kicks this dude and gives him, she pinballs this dude. He bounces from ground and against the buildings in this little alleyway. Remind me of one of the Marvel Versus games where you hit someone so hard they skip across the ground. No, she made this dude bounce. Gets Anya and says, all right, you a pervert. You're not going to make Anya marry anybody. That's where the episode ends. I hope she kicks Keith's ass, and I hope the agents gets there in enough time to be like, all right, dude, you need to... I hope that happens. This dude tried to cut up Anya. You try to cut up a 6-year-old. Oh, you need to go to hell. And you need to go to hell fast. Next episode is going to be called Disarming the Bomb. What a way to come back. What a way to come back. Part 2 of season 1. Almost as if the show never left. Show still hits all those beats. The funny beats, the emotional beats. Oh, it's amazing. Instant 5 out of 5. Instant. That's right. I muted it, turned it back on. Instant. I want to know what you guys think. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below of this episode. I'm happy that, our favorite family of shonen is back. I'm I'm excited to see where things go with Bond joining the family. Can't wait for her to give him the name Bond. Yeah, I know I'm spoiled on that. Who cares? Who cares? Show is amazing. I kind of want to read the manga up to this point, but I'm kind of having fun, like figuring it out and finding things out as it happens. So who knows? Who knows? Boy, this show. I've missed this show so much. As always, guys, please tell me what you think. Second, third time asking. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Hit the notification bell even if you aren't. We're so close to 200. I'm telling you, we're going to make that 200 go tenfold and get to that 1,000. I believe in us. I believe in us indeed. As always, thank you for taking some time out to listen to me. Be good, be blessed. Wash those hands, y'all. Wear a mask. You know, as always, be good to yourself, be good to others. Don't be a jerk. Realize that you're not alone. And y'all, these things might not be on time all the time, but I'm telling you, you're definitely going to see me next time. Have a good one.